The NFL does not hand out a trophy for winning the offseason, but the top teams routinely dominate the talent acquisition process in the spring. Astute team builders will utilize free agency, the NFL draft, and the trade market to upgrade the roster's personnel and put the team in a position to compete at a championship level. Although a flurry of offseason moves does not guarantee a playoff spot, the teams with the best rosters are typically the last ones in the postseason tournament. With that draft in the books and minicamps on the horizon, I thought this was the perfect time to review all of the offseason, to see which teams have flipped their roster with a series of moves that should put them in the conversation as a playoff contender. Here are 5 teams to watch. Number 5, Chicago Bears. There has never been a number 1 overall pick step into a better situation than Caleb Williams. Bears general manager Ryan Poles reshaped the roster to ensure the USC standout is protected and has enough firepower to work with on the perimeter. The trade for Keenan Allen puts a pair of veteran pass catchers in the lineup with the capacity to win against one-on-one or double coverage. Throw in Rome Odunze, and the Bears' 3-receiver package features enough size and speed to create problems for opponents lacking quality depth in the secondary. DeAndre Swift is a dynamic runner receiver out of the backfield with the speed, quickness, and burst to take it the distance on an off-tackle run or flare pass. As a big play threat with home run speed, the Bears' RB1 will add some balance to an offense that could skew heavily to the passing game based on matchups. The Bears made a few strategic moves to the O-line to fortify the depth at the point of attack. Matt Pryor gives the team an experienced OG3, while Kieran Amaguchi might compete with Braxton Jones for the right tackle spot. Though the Bears did not add a marquee pass rusher during free agency, the team might have found a hidden gem in Austin Booker. The 5th-rounder perfectly fits a see-ball, get-ball scheme that enables edge defenders to hunt with reckless abandon. As an unpolished defender with intriguing tools, Booker's rapid development could play a key role in the defense's success in 2024. Number 4, Philadelphia Eagles. After a disappointing 2023 campaign, general manager Howie Roseman has flipped the roster to ensure the Eagles return to their lofty perch in the NFC. The team switched out a pair of coordinators to spruce up the offense and defense, while adding a group of dynamic playmakers to regain the explosiveness and swagger that separated the Eagles from the rest of the pack. Offensively, the addition of Saquon Barkley to an offense directed by new play caller Kellen Moore should add more pop to an offense that features a collection of score-from-anywhere playmakers on the perimeter. The 2018 Offensive Rookie of the Year and 2-time Pro Bowl selectee is a rare find as a hard-nosed runner with a combination of wiggle and power that keeps defenders guessing in the hole, with Barkley teaming with Jalen Hurts to create a scary read-option combination. The Eagles' vaunted rushing attack should pummel opponents, while also setting the table for more explosives to A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith on play-action passes. Vic Fangio's arrival as a defensive savant has coincided with a flurry of personnel moves that should put the Eagles back into play as a title contender. The addition of Bryce Huff as a disruptive pass rusher will enable the grizzled play caller to attack with a mix of simulated pressures, 4-man rush, and traditional blitzes, 5 or more pass rushers, with Devin White's attack from the second level to disrupt the opponent's offensive flow. If Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean can quickly acclimate to the pro game with C.J. Gardner-Johnson leading the way. In that case, the Eagles' defensive backfield has flipped from a weakness to a strength with a group of athletic defenders with alpha dog mentalities joining the squad. Number 3, Houston Texans. The allure of playing with a top-5 quarterback has blue-chip players flocking to H-Town. C.J. Stroud's emergence as an elite quarterback prompted Joe Mixon and Stephon Diggs to make their way to Houston via trade. Adding a couple of Pro Bowl playmakers should add some spice to an offense that took the league by surprise in 2023. With a pair of veteran playmakers enhancing a young, dynamic core, led by Nico Collins and Tank Dell, the Texans' offense has lit up the scoreboard potential with Stroud at the helm. The Texans' ultra-explosive offense is supported by a disruptive defense that has added firepower at key positions. Danielle Hunter and Danico Autry perfectly complement Will Anderson on the edge. The veterans' experience, savvy, and production will alleviate some of the pressure on the 2023 Defensive Rookie of the Year to close out games as a sack artist. With Azeez Al-Shaair fortifying the second level as a sturdy rundown defender, the Texans' defense has the potential to snuff out opposing offenses with or without utilizing blitz pressure. If draftees Kamari Lassiter and Callan Bullocks can crack the rotation as sub-package contributors, the Texans' mix of young and old could create problems for opponents facing the emerging AFC South heavyweight. Number 2, Minnesota Vikings. After closing the book on the Kirk Cousins era, the Vikings are intent on building a championship-caliber team with a balanced roster that features blue-chip players all over the field. The departure of the 4-time Pro Bowler led the team to double up at the position, with Sam Darnold and J.J. McCarthy vying for the QB1 role. In a perfect world, the veteran would have the offense humming, while the rookie sits and learns on the sideline. Darnold is talented enough to light up the scoreboard with an offense that features a pair of blue-chip wideouts, Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, a dynamic tight end, T.J. Hawkinson, and an electric runner, Aaron Jones, with something to prove. If not, the Vikings could hand the ball to a young quarterback with a winning pedigree, 27, one as a collegiate starter, and championship-caliber intangibles. Intelligence, toughness, and grit, crafted from his experience leading a national championship squad at Michigan. Brian Flores' defense should be greatly improved after adding 3 pass rushers, Jonathan Grenard, Andrew Van Ginkel, and Dallas Turner, with complementary styles that will give opponents fits. As the defensive mastermind blends his blitz zero tactics with some 8-man drops, the Vikings' new disruptors, including Blake Cashman, could overwhelm opponents as the stars of an ultra-aggressive game plan. Number 1, Washington Commanders. It does not take long to notice the Commanders' emphasis on culture through their off-season acquisitions. Head coach Dan Quinn and general manager Adam Peters prioritized locker room fit based on their previous relationships with a handful of free agent signees and a collection of former team captains added via the draft. The emphasis on impeccable football character, work ethic, leadership skills, selflessness, and dedication commitment is part of a plan to help the Commanders reverse their fortunes as perennial underachievers. Though the on-field production is critical, the infusion of veterans with winning experience, Bobby Wagner, Zach Ertz, and Austin Eckler, mixed with intriguing young playmakers, Dorrance Armstrong and Frankie Louvu, will give the Commanders a chance to make surge up the charts with their blue-chip holdovers. Terry McLaurin, Jonathan Allen, and Darren Payne, ready to shed the losers label that has been affixed to the franchise for years, with Jaden Daniels ushering in an impressive group of rookies with day-one starting potential, Jerzon Newton, and Mikey Sonristril. The team from the nation's capital could make a surprising push as a playoff contender sparked by a group of experienced playmakers with winning pedigrees.